Okay, wow.
Stop and stare.
Why do you hate me?
No, that's so sweet. It's just a
Oh, this piece of sellotape. You are resourceful. I would have chucked that away and cried. You are so resourceful.
You'd be like resourceful, you'd be like vision lady.
Whenever I think, oh, I can't do something, I'm like, Wunmi would figure this out. That she is a resourceful person.
All the time.
She's so resourceful. Like, she's holding on to a piece of sellotape that she probably had in primary school. It's so dry and old, and she's peeling and sticking and peeling and sticking. I would have just chucked it away.
That's so funny.
What?
Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Wunmi Bello Show. If we had any instruments in the building, that is what I'll be hearing. But today I'm so excited, as you can tell, to have this conversation. This is a really special one for me, very special because it's very personal to me. I have recently been seeing a lot of conversations online about like friendships and, you know, there's this like constant conversation about, oh, you know, when you get to adulthood, like you need boundaries in friendship and you need friends who are low maintenance, high maintenance, And I'm like, why do we make friendship seem so complicated? Because I look at one of the greatest friendship in my life, my best friend, like our relationship is so easy. And I started to think about, you know, what makes our relationship the way it is. And not to say that it's, you know, perfect, but it is very much a very easygoing relationship. So I wanted to just explore the topic of our friendship with you guys, with her. I've got my best friend in the building today. I call her my life lady because literally, I'm telling you, that is my life lady. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about our friendship and, you know, what is at the core of our friendship. And to be clear, like the center of our friendship is literally God. And it's been really beautiful to cultivate this kind of friendship. So we're gonna explore all of that today. So today, I've got Miss Leah Rebecca McDonald in the building.
Hi.
How are you, sister girl?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How do you feel being here?
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
It's nice to be on this side.
Because usually, like,
I'm like behind
she's
the
actually
camera.
behind. You've been behind camera in a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
Like, she'll be like recording, or even, do you remember the time at my house? Was it maybe this was like last year when we were like packing everything in my house to take to the.
I feel like we packed a lot of things.
We packed a lot of things
in and out the house.
We packed. It was the time we took the TV. And it was Pastor Mike's episode, yeah. Like
TV, why are we always doing the most?
Yeah, Leah's
whole
literally
wide TV.
She's literally been like, just so present in everything that I've done in this whole journey. So this just feels like just a different kind of conversation. I've planned it out, but I low-key feel like it's just gonna take a leg of its own, just because I think our relationship I find our relationship so interesting. And I don't think we've had a conversation like this, just like specifically about our relationship and what we think are like the goods, the bads, or the highlights of, you know, how and why our relationship feels so easy. But before we get into that, you know how we do, you know, it's the fashion segment. But we've got a little twist today because obviously I was like, you know, we want to be comfortable, we want to be chilled. We don't want to, you know, be dressed up too much, be doing the most, because we want to be comfortable. So we're wearing a piece from by Ola. We're both matching. Yeah, we're matching. We're wearing a piece by Ola, period, which is low-key our favorite brand, right? So, yeah. Right.
It's so comfortable.
Yeah, it is. It's very comfortable. So yeah, that's what we're wearing. Is this what we'd wear on like a chilled out night, day?
We could do.
Yeah, but then we could also like turn it up and give a look.
I think more daytime.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put a heel on.
You know, I would.
You'd put a heel on?
What with this?
What heel?
I actually would. Like boots, like pointy court boots. We would, right, Dee? Yeah, I would rock this with some
you
heels.
would,
like,
and I think you would look incredible. It would be a trainer and a slider.
Slip
a trainer. Yeah.
Like,
a heel wouldn't see this outfit.
I'm screaming. But yeah, that is us. That is what we're wearing today. All right, so we're about to do the opening game, right? Which is who is more likely to. Usually we'll do a game of this or that, but I think who's more likely to is probably more fitting for us.
Yeah.
So are you ready?
Yeah, okay.
All right, cool. Okay, who's more likely to write a best-selling book?
You.
Do you remember one of our first conversations and you told me that you wanted to write a book about relationships?
Yeah.
Because you're so wise.
You're right.
Yeah, so
I got it.
yeah,
I got it.
You still got it, and
I
you need to do
do.
it. So I actually think we'll write different books.
I think we both will write best-selling books.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen. Okay. Who's more likely to survive alone on a deserted island?
You.
Me.
Oh, Wunmi. I will lie down in the sea and die. Who is trying to
That would be me.
Wunmi, this lady will build
I will build with that
a
sand.
house, a boat, a phone. She will find her way off the island. What?
One thing about it, I will not die on this island. I will find a way out.
Wunmi, I was just saying before we start recording, she is the most resourceful person I know. Me, put me anywhere and it's deserted. Forget it. I'm gonna lie down and
But I
sleep.
think that's changing though. I don't think that's you anymore.
Do you know
think
why?
that was
Because I
old
think of
Leah.
you. I think, what would Wunmi do? When there's like
That's
an
really
obstacle, I'm like, Wunmi would figure out a way, and I start to build and make.
Listen, low-key, Wunmi's getting tired of figuring it out. It's actually enough. Like, Wunmi's just trying to rest these days. Like, it's actually enough brain thinking. All right, next one. Who is most likely to... Oh, I like this one. Who's most likely to check their partner's text messages?
Oh.
I saw this and I was like, I actually don't think either one
No,
of us...
neither of us would.
You know, I think if we're thinking who would, I would.
Oh, I was gonna say me.
You think so?
I feel like we've both done it in our histories.
Yeah.
But I don't think now either of us would
don't
do
think
it.
so?
No, not
Okay,
now.
but if we had to say one of us would do it, we both wouldn't do it because, like, you know, love you, you're a great man.
Yeah.
Love you, he's a great man.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Great, we're both in a relationship, we're very happy. You know, I don't need to check it. However,
Yeah.
if it came to it and they said, hey, here's a gun, check the phone, who's checking?
Both of us then.
Let's remove the gun. Who's checking?
Oh, you are. Like, I would not do it. I have learned now. I'm now of age to learn things from the past because I have passed.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm a
Yeah,
person.
let me know.
I'm a
Yeah,
person.
You're actually a person.
Like, I am now like, if I have to think and I have the urge to go through the phone, leave.
Well, yeah, I hear you.
Because what's the tears and snot for?
Yeah.
Just leave.
I agree. I do agree. However, I'm just saying that, you know, if there's an instance somebody says, hey, there's a gun to my head, you must check that phone. Sorry, I'm gonna need to check. And that's it. All right, last one. Who's most likely to prank call a friend?
You. Yeah, Wunmi's a strange.
You know, Cherish, you really chose things that are very, like, you know, me. And then she's put here, whoever wins must prank call a friend.
Now.
Yeah.
Who?
You know who I want to prank call? Sade.
Yeah, please. Please. She is the person that she gets so angry at everything, please. But how do you prank call these days? Is there like a number you dial?
These days? No, I'll just
There
call
must be
her.
an app.
No, so it can, I'm thinking the kind of prank call I'm thinking is calling her and telling her there's like an emergency.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe, well, that could be funny too.
Call her and be like, I'm outside. Run
What, her
outside.
house?
Like, yeah, be like, I'm outside, run outside.
I actually cry. Okay, cool, let me call her. She actually, that's so funny because she texted me like 30 minutes ago, like, hey, I'll call you tomorrow.
Be like, Sade, someone's chasing me. Like,
I came to see, why was I in her area though? What am I
just
doing
be
in New
like,
York City?
I was running away from someone. Open your door quickly, please.
Okay, cool. This is Sade?
Hello?
Sade. Oh my god. Sade.
Are you okay?
Are you home?
Yeah.
I'm outside your house, babe. I'm outside. And I basically just came to court with my cousin and then somebody's just chasing me. Can you come out, please?
Okay, I'm coming. Where are you?
I was just joking. They told me to prank call you on the show. I'm so sorry. They FaceTime me.
You're scary. You're a scary human. I love it. She's so scary.
I'm trying to FaceTime you, but it's not. I'm
Sade,
so sorry.
she's so scary.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
So wicked.
Get me into theatre.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, people, I belong there.
Also, she's got a video to show you of her
that's so
singing
funny.
at 13 on the stage. Sade, I need to watch it and really have a...
I feel like I've traumatized the poor babe. Shaz, I'm so sorry, babe. I love you. Thank you for running out to get me.
Oh, baby.
Her outfit. Oh my God, I love you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Bella.
I can't believe it. Yeah.
All right, I love you. I'll call
Like,
you
I
back. We
wouldn't
need to
even
film. I'm
answer.
so sorry. Bye. Wait, was that really good?
That was too good. Too good.
So I'm just thinking, how do I even want to go into this? I think it might actually be good. Let me even give an introduction to you or allow you to kind of lead the way and let the people know who Leah is. Because obviously to me, Leah is my life lady. But to the world, like Leah is Leah, Rebecca, McDonald's, like there's a lot going on. So let me explain who you are.
Who am I?
Yeah.
I should have thought about these
I'm
questions.
sorry, I should have probably told you.
No. Who am I? Okay, so I guess content creator.
Yeah.
Part-time, not so much-ish. Makeup artist mainly. That is
Yeah.
my life and passion. I love doing makeup. Jesus lady, first and
Jesus
foremost.
lady.
First and foremost. And yeah, just like alive. Like when I think of like who am I, I'm like,
Yeah.
I am being. Like I used to think it was like, oh, what I do, and it's not.
It's not.
I am who I'm just being alive.
Listen.
And then there's that.
One thing about Leah, let me give the context because Leah is quite possibly one of the smartest people I know.
Oh my God.
No, Lee, like I say this to you all the time. Like she's literally
No
one of the
way.
smartest people I know. She didn't say that, that's between her and God, but she's so intelligent, like wisdom, so much wisdom. I think there's obviously a difference between wisdom and intelligence. And she's got the power of both of them walking with her, which is great. So amen. But yeah, Leah is also my life lady, which I'm really grateful to have in my life. So let's talk about how we met. I think would be a great place to start. And then maybe we can also dissect maybe why we call each other my life lady.
Yeah.
Because why do we call each other my life lady? Let's talk about how we met first, because that came after.
So met as in person or met
No,
as in, let's just tell
like
the
how
story.
we actually became friends.
Okay, so from my, like we've got different perspectives, I think.
We do.
Maybe.
I would just go down straight into Instagram DMs.
Yeah, No, I had seen you before when you was on radio with a dog. I don't know how I ended up following this girl. I just remember seeing this dog and I was like, this dog is so cute. And then I would just like her post, she would like my post.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know what happened. I don't even know how we knew each other's graduation.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't remember how that conversation even happened.
Well, I remember there was a video that you posted on Instagram and you were dancing with your cousins and I was like, she's my type of girl. Like I like her a lot. I like her a lot. And then I think we just started, I don't know if I DM'd you first, we'll probably need to check.
There was any conversation.
There was.
Oh.
You know one of those random ones when you see someone's post and you're just like, oh, hey,
Yeah,
I like your hair.
yeah.
Oh, you cutie or something.
But we wasn't having like a conversation about a possible friendship. I remember it being very much like, you know, like an Instagram babe. It's like, oh, let me just compliment her.
Yeah, she's cute.
It's just that.
Very
natural. And then
natural.
I don't know how, but we both were graduating the same week. And then I was going out with my ex at the time to this place to celebrate. And I was like, you're graduating the same week, let's come together. And then you met me and we literally, like as soon as I saw her, I was just like, this is my human being.
We were.
And then all of the guys there were like, oh, is this like your cousin, your sister? And I was like, no, this
Just
is
met
the
this
first
girl.
day that we have ever met. I was like, wow.
And we went to, was it a club? It was kind of like a restaurant.
I remember
Sky
it being in the
lounge.
sky.
Yeah. It was really cute. I remember it being in like North Greenwich, like O2, I think so. And we just danced the whole
We danced. With everybody.
We like random strangers.
In the middle.
Like we were just there. And that is
no
actually,
alcohol.
I think that is just very us.
Yeah.
Like we would just be in the middle of that dance floor and just do our thing. And then, I mean, obviously I will fall asleep at some point.
Yeah.
And then
I will still be.
You'll be doing your thing and then we head off home.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about talking about us calling each other life ladies? Where did that spark from? Because I think whenever I post on my socials, it's actually quite, when I think about it, it's actually quite intense. Like with someone like,
it's so
my
intense,
life
though.
lady? Like, what do you mean she is your life lady?
I think for me, I noticed it maybe once we both started our walk with God. Because I noticed a pattern, like we were going through very similar things at the same time in life. And I was like, I really needed this because it's, you know, sometimes you're going through stuff with stuff like, but everyone else is going through something different. So you have no one to relate to intimately at that time.
Yeah.
I feel like every step of our journey has been in sync.
Like this.
Like sometimes I'll say things, she's like, yeah. And I won't even finish what I said, she's like, yeah. And I'm like, I know what she's saying yes to because life lady.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly when we called each other, when we said the statement, but it like you described, it is very much that's that person who just like sees you even before you speak. Like you don't need to be saying too much. And 100% agree with you that like we do definitely have like very similar patterns in terms of our journey. But I will say there's always like moments where it's either like you're leading or like I'm leading, or then you're or like there's always something. There's always, and it's never too far behind. Like it's always like I'll call you and I'm like, oh, this is, and you're like, no one's like, this is actually the way, or there's so much to talk about. So let's break this down, right? I wanted this conversation to be more so for, you know, the women, the girls, the people who genuinely find like relationships quite hard to cultivate, keep, sustain, etc. So from your perspective, like what do you think about our relationship? Would you categorize it as something that's like quite easy in the way that I've described it as a very easy relationship?
100%. Like I don't even think about our friendship in terms of like a active thing that I have to do or participate in. It's just I'm doing life and Wunmi's doing it too with me. Yeah. And I just think that's just it.
When I was explaining this conversation to my producer and I was saying like why I wanted to have it, so I was saying to her that I feel like my relationship with you and the reason why I feel like it's so easy is definitely because we have like God at the center of it. And I don't think we've done that intentionally. Like it wasn't very much like, oh yeah, let's put God at the center of our relationship. It's kind of just
I feel like God brought us together.
Brought us together.
And then we caught up after.
Because we were saying some very insane things.
Crazy conversations.
Very, 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 very.
And neither of us knew nothing about nothing, but we were chatting off our mouths.
How do you feel like faith has played a role in our relationship?
Okay, so there's this thing. Okay, so you know there's a story in the Bible about the friends that carry the like disabled guy to Jesus and then he gets healed because of the friend's faith. Whenever I think of that, I think about us and I think if faith can be like transferred, then this is the currency that like sustains my life. Because like, you know, sometimes when you talk to a friend and they're like, you're down and like things are on you and whatever, and they're like, yeah, that's so sad. Life is so bad. Oh, bye. Whereas when I speak to you, it's like, okay, I've got some, let me give some to you. And I feel like in everything, whether you believe God or not, like you need faith in something to continue because life is hard. But then I feel like we have that exchange where it's like, okay, I've got some today, let me pour into you. You've got some today, let me pour into you. And I think that's, how
we keep it. I 100% agree. I wanted to like go into even talking about how, because it just didn't happen. Like there was definitely like a shift that caused faith to be at the center point of our relationship. I think one of the earlier stages, I remember you fasting when you were going through like your things like earlier on. And I found that so interesting because I'd never fasted before, like properly anyway. Like I grew up as a Muslim, so obviously the kind of fasting that we were doing was similar, but it wasn't intentional on my end. So I remember when that was like one of the first time we ever had like a faith-led conversation. You were like, oh, I'm fasting. And I was like, oh.
Was this the first time I ever fasted?
I don't know if it was
before I got the car.
It was when you were working
at the surgery. So yeah, when I got the car,
yeah. And I was thinking, oh, that's so interesting. So I want us to kind of talk about how we even got to a point where we have God at the center of our relationship, because it wasn't like an overnight thing. And from what I remember, I'm trying to think.
Do you know where it started? The book.
A Conversation with God.
Yeah,
I actually said this. A Conversation with God. Okay, so let's go into it. So there was a period in our journey where I want to say we were both kind of going through it.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Very much so.
I don't think you was going through it. Yeah, you were. But I was at
the point where like I was still in denial that I was going through it. So like we were having a blast that summer. We had a blast. We had great times, but I was going through it. And like I would say that I was, but I didn't even want to accept that I was. So we just kept going out and we kept having a good time. And then it got to a point where I don't even know why you recommended me the book.
We hadn't spoken. I think we didn't speak for maybe about a week or so. And I called you. We were just having like one of our random catch-ups. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've started reading, or you were talking to me about something. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've started reading this book and it's like really amazing. And then I told her about this book. And I was like, oh, what did I even say about it? I was like, oh, I'm reading this good conversation with God. I'm telling you some of the stuff it's teaching me. And you were like, hold on a second. And then you like grabbed, I think I remember you grabbing, no, you started, then you got it. You got the book and then you started to study it.
Yeah,
And then we both kind of went into it together, like at the same time. And that book caused a literal shift.
That changed my life.
Yeah.
That book changed my entire life.
Like a literal shift. Let's go back into like that point and what we did from reading that book. Because obviously I don't think we still share the similar, or I can't speak for you, but I know I don't kind of share the same sentiments towards that book. As much as I do now, no.
Oh, right.
No,
how you feel about the book?
no,
yeah, no,
completely
Okay, so
different.
I don't think I'm there where like you're completely like ill, but I'm definitely like, I'm really grateful for the book.
Yeah,
and I think that there are some fundamental concepts that I still remind myself of to like navigate because they are like, so it's not a biblical book, but some of the like concepts are biblical.
Yeah.
So I can then use that like confidently without it being a bit like self-righteous to like help me
navigate life.
But I don't think I'd go back and read it.
Yeah.
Maybe
I wanted to. Remember, I was like trying to. And I couldn't really get into it for whatever reason. I just kind of felt like this doesn't like align.
But
anymore.
I think I was going to, and then you said what you said, and I was like, no, she's right. I'm not going to.
Yeah. We started reading this book, and the book was kind of taking us on this. We finished reading the book, and we were like, oh wow, we're in really, really incredible points. Like things weren't perfect in life, but we definitely had something a bit stronger to like hold on to and to help us like really navigate through life. And so then we started to do like things together. I don't know who went to church first, if it was you or if we did the shift first, but there was...
So I think it was, if I remember the timeline, it was, we finished Conversation with God.
Yeah.
We were having a lot of conversations between us about God, Christianity, the Bible. We were very anti-church, very anti-Bible, but we were very much like, yeah, God is real and we're going to do this God thing, thinking we could do it without the church.
We were like, we're spiritual, we don't believe in religion, we are spiritual. Like,
I mean, to be fair.
Oh, here you go.
Anyways, let me not upset.
No, say it.
Like, to be fair, I think I don't like the word spiritual because of what it's been made to be now.
Yeah.
But if I was to describe myself in my truest, like,
cool, yeah,
it would be spiritual. Not because I'm not religious and I don't believe in God and I don't believe in Jesus. I very much believe in Jesus Christ. I very much believe in the Bible and God. But Christianity does not sit right with me. As in, to call myself I'm a Christian makes me feel sick inside. Because it's like, Christianity is a joke. Sorry.
No, listen. Hey, we're here now. Let me just put my book down because, hey God.
Sorry.
Can I just wait? Hold me.
Can't be on podcast.
No, it's fine. I mean, you're talking. If you're saying if this is your truth, I remember. We both were on similar wavelength in regards to that. I really feel like I've definitely shifted away from that. Only reason is because I think before, when we used to love spirituality, we had a video on that we did. Oh my God, so disgusting watching it. So for some context, we had a video that we did like 2 years ago.
This was before Conversation with God.
Yeah, this is when we were still like running.
This was before we
were like running in a world. We were talking nonsense.
Yeah.
And basically in the video, we were just like, the Bible needs to be modernized and da-da-da-da-da. Like, the Bible can't fit in the generation we're living in now. How does God expect us to just saying things because we didn't have the knowledge that we have now? And so I think just looking at the way my mind has shifted anyway. So it's gone from how I see spirituality then isn't how I see spirituality now.
Yes.
So I think at that point, spirituality was very much like, oh, wait, what's the
story? Yeah,
like, oh, I believe in the plants and, that was very much how I saw spirituality at that time. But how I see spirituality now is very much, but for me, it's in alignment with Christianity.
Yes.
Like, I don't see it as one and far in between. I think what's happened is, and we've discussed this, that like with Christianity for a long time, before we actually became churchgoers and advocate for the Bible and people who actually read and study the Bible for ourselves, Christianity seemed that it was something that isolated out people that it shouldn't isolate, and that was the problem with it.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Because I don't want people to get you wrong and think that you're saying that Christianity as a whole.
No, it's not Christianity as a whole in terms of like the beliefs of Christianity, but I think that there is a lot of misconceptions that are now rooted in tradition with Christianity that is not the truth
of
not the truth of it.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of wrong teachings, a lot of wrong doctrines. I don't know if that's a
you're right,
word.
indoctrination.
There's a lot of wrongness around Christianity that is perceived as this is Christianity and it's not. And that's why I said it's a joke, not to be like, not to say like Christianity, what Jesus came to do, because I also don't believe that, no, Jesus didn't come to build Christianity. Jesus came to build the kingdom of God.
Yeah.
So if you read your Bible, like Christianity is not mentioned anywhere. It was called the way. So the whole stuff they got going on today, it does make me, like, that's why back then we was very much like, I don't want any parts of that, because, and even still now, I'm like, now that I've read the Bible and I have a relationship with God and the Holy Spirit, I'm like, I still don't want parts of the practices that people are doing to look like a Christian.
And I think that was one of our things as well, that like, because we came from spaces that were very spiritual led initially, and it was spirituality of the world really and truly, especially for me, like if you remember, I was very much into like my tarot readings and this and bruh, like I was outside, I was there. We came from like different sides of like spirituality, but the root of it was at that time, the root of it was pure. Like it wasn't that we were trying to like do bad things, you know what I mean? And I think because of that, our way of going into Christianity, I don't want to say I think it was different because we looked at everything a little bit differently, and we really wanted to like, we asked a lot of questions, and we really wanted to cultivate like our own actual understanding,
like
but also relationship. Like we were very heavy on like because even for I don't think it was until, I want to say even end of last year, really and truly, or even December when I went to go see my parents. I think that was the period where I started to have an understanding of Jesus Christ. Yeah. Before then, everything was still...
I think I kind of was there before.
Yeah, you remember, you kind of grew up in the faith, so you had more knowledge of it than
Even
me.
then, I still feel like what I was experiencing when I was a child isn't what I'm exexperiencing now.
Wait, say that again? What you experienced as a child? Oh, in terms of like what the relationship with God is doing for mate. I mean, there's one of the most beautiful things about our relationship is like some of the supernatural experiences that we have together. Like it's been,
there's undeniable.
It is. And I think when we're talking about God, or when I talk about God, I'm like, I've seen some stuff. And it's amazing to have a friend that I'm able to be like, bro, you've seen the stuff?
Yeah.
And you've seen the stuff with me. So let's talk about some of the things that we've done. I want to talk about some of the things that we've done together, or that we do together, that's really helped us align our relationship to the point that it is right now. Actually, before we even go there, I want to talk about what we consider an easy relationship. Okay. Because just to give context, I want to talk about that and then go into like the practices that we do together that allows us to have a God-centered relationship. So to you, what's an easygoing? What about our relationship is easygoing?
Okay, so when you called me the other day, about how we communicate. So me and Wunmi are very similar, but also very different. So like I'm a very in-person person, and I can't really connect to the point where I'm like, I want to stop my day for this connection unless we're in person. Whereas Wunmi's like, I'll come pick up the phone and speak to you for 6 minutes. And that's like, she's good. I hate phone calls. Yeah. I can't do them. She wants to text all damn day. And then I think where we are in life, both of us right now, we're both very busy and we've both got a lot going on. So we don't speak as much as we used to, or see each other as much as we used to. But I think what's easy about it is that I know that we could go like a month, 2 months, and I will see you or speak to you, and there's no time lost. And that to me is easy. Like I haven't got to think like, oh, I haven't spoken to her. I need to like kind of ease in, or hey, how are you? Like I haven't got to do small talk. Like I can go boom, pow. Like this is what's going on.
I called her the other day and I said to her, and I think this is goes down to communication with friendships. I called her and I basically was like, I feel something. Like, you know, I love you, bestie, sister, but I feel like we're not. What did I even say? Like, I think
I like the way you put it. You said something about effective communication. Yeah. Like, how effective is this for us? Like, yes. Are you getting what you need? Am I getting what I need? Yeah.
And so then we just came to a conclusion. We were just like, okay, so you was like, okay, so let me align with like what you like a little bit more. And I was like, okay, I'll also shift and align with what you like a little bit more. And we'll like, you know, navigate things from there. Yeah. And I think that is something that I noticed that we do significantly. Like we do it time after time. There's no sense of, if she's feeling something that I feel like she'll harbor it and like secretly resent me and then hold it against me and then just be acting like weird around that, you know what I mean? Like that sense of like, oh, she's being weird with me. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. And also, when that weirdness is occurring, I feel like we react to it very quickly. Weirdness? So it wasn't weirdness, but do you remember there was a situation that was going on? Yeah. Yeah.
I knew it was gonna get here.
Okay, well, just quickly,
Yeah,
but I
it's
actually
fine.
feel like so there was a.
Did
do
you
you
feel
remember?
weirdness from me
No,
though?
not necessarily.
Oh.
Not necessarily weirdness from you, but weirdness from around the situation.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't really want to talk about the actual. Give you the context of the situation, but basically, how do I explain it?
How do you explain
How do I
it?
explain
I was
it?
gonna say she's got words.
Lady with words got no words today.
She's got words.
But basically, it was just a very uncomfortable situation for our friendship because it put me kind of in the middle of a. It just put me in the middle. It put me in a little bit of an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
I was also very extremely uncomfortable for you. And in some way, it made it in some moments, it felt as if maybe I wasn't on your side as much as I probably needed to. And so there was an instance where I felt something in the air and I was like, wait, let me call her and let her understand that this ain't it, like, at all. Do you remember? And I called you and I was like, Lee, you haven't said anything to me, but like I feel it, like I feel something, and I feel like. Do you remember that conversation?
I remember it so clearly.
And you was like, wow. You was like, wow. Basically, I called her and I was like, Lee, I feel something, and I just need you to understand that you know me, and you know that it will never be that. But I just wanted to talk about it because I don't know if we were both either of us were going to address it because we were actually fine on the surface. Like, if you look at our relationship, like physically, you'll be like, oh, they're great. But there was like a little bit of something that I felt like wasn't necessarily like, clear. So we had that conversation and you were like, wow, I never thought you would call me to say this. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And you were like, I'm so surprised, but I'm really happy that you called me to say this. And I was like, yeah, I was not gonna hold this. You were like, I just had a conversation about it. I think with Sade actually.
Yeah.
Remember you said, I just had a conversation about it with Sade. And I think those are the kind of things that really help like
I think it's
building
like,
of relationships.
What's the word I'm looking for? It's like a reassurance of like where the other person is. So you don't have to like get in your own anxiety bag about, oh, how does she feel? And then you start acting weird, but there's been no conversation. I think we just could nip it in the bud before it can even get to that stage.
Yeah, and also trust, because that was one of the things that, if you remember, like I was like, and we always say this. Do you remember? I think that was one of the first things, not first things, but there was a time, and it leaks quite well into what I was just talking about now. But when you was like, I see you. And I think there's a beauty in seeing, because I wrote out key elements that make a relationship beautiful. And I think one of them is seeing your friend.
Yeah.
And the beauty in seeing your friend is that your friend doesn't have to say too much in order for you to know their intention or what they're doing. Like, I think in a lot of relationships, we get to moments or points where your friend has to like over-explain and
do
over
too
this.
much.
But when you allow yourself, when you give your friendship the time and the room for you to like see them, to like really, and by see them, I mean know them, know their heart, know what they can do, what they wouldn't do, how they would
Where
do
they
it,
are in
where
life.
where they are in life,
what their capacity is.
How their capacity, that is our
Capacity.
thing. Capacity.
You always have more capacity than me. But I love that I don't have it.
But there's just the I think it's because I see you and you see me and we say it all the time. Like I'll be like, I see you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, even with other relationships, like we'll be talking about other relationships and I'm like, nah, Lee, you ain't got the capacity. Like, just let them know, like, you actually don't have the capacity.
Yeah.
Like,
and you know what it is? In other relationships with people, I feel uncomfortable with that because I know I have very limited capacity. Whereas people don't recognize that and they might think, oh, she's inconsistent or she's this or she's that. And I'm like, oh God, like I need to do more and I'm burnt out. And I'll be like, Wunmi, I'm tired. And she's just like, you haven't got it. And I'm like, I don't have it.
And I'm like, tell them you ain't got it. Because the thing with Leah, she's got a beautiful heart and she wants to do everything. And like and at the end of the day, like, I think you're understanding this so much more now. And I'm so proud of you.
I've been in silence.
I'm so proud of you. But like, so like, obviously naturally in life, like we all have, we all have different relationships, right? You're a sister, you're an auntie now, I'm a cousin, Danette's my girl. Like there's so many people that you're trying to feed into. And for a minute you will be battling with trying to, and I'm like, girl, you can't serve everybody at the same time.
Yeah.
But now, like you're
and you know what?
thriving in it.
To be honest, I still feel it. But I'm like, anyways, I've got stuff to do. I've got stuff to do.
And I love it for you.
Yeah.
Because it's important. Because then I feel like, and we've spoken about this before, that like when you come out on the other side of this season, your capacity to give that, but also your capacity to give at the level that they need.
Because I will have.
Because you will have. And your giving won't even be like a giving of,
it will be out of a place of abundance.
Yes.
And not that I don't have the abundance, but it's like you can't pour out an empty cup.
Exactly. Okay, let's go back to what we were talking about faith. And I was saying before that we've had very supernatural experiences, and I think that, oh God, some of them are just undeniable and just beautiful. So I want to talk about some of our practices, because one of the stuff that we did together, and still do, although you're on your church.
Yeah.
Yeah. We would go to church together.
I remember, do you know what I'm really proud of us for though?
Go on.
Returning.
What?
I don't even
When did
know
we
we
start
can speak
doing it?
about this, but we went to church.
Yeah.
We went to Tab.
Yeah.
And then
It was
that
the
service,
day.
yeah.
What, the
we
ticket
went-
inspector day? What day are you referring to?
That day.
Yeah. Oh God, no wait, did I go in that day? I didn't go in.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, and I didn't have a good time, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So basically we had tried a church and like it wasn't, I don't know how to word this.
Go on.
Okay, so the church we're at now,
Yeah.
phenomenal, like
Amazing.
church.
Yeah.
But the first time we went, it wasn't
Oh my God,
necessarily the best experience.
That was horrible for me from the moment of coming in, from the moment before I even came in, because you were already inside, right? No, let's even tell the story in full, right? Okay, so we were going, so Leah was already there, right?
No.
You were
this
already
was the
inside.
ticket inspector day.
Yeah, so I was in my car.
I
coming
was
out
on my
car.
way to you.
Oh, you were parking up. Okay, my bad. So we were on our way.
Please
And,
stop.
oh my God, we were on our way, and
The devil is a liar, because why did that happen? Okay, wait. You need to say you was already there.
yeah, I was parking
Waiting
up.
for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was in my car. Yeah.
I was on my way to Wunmi, and then there was a ticket inspector giving her a ticket at the time. So we're on the phone and I'm driving to her. She's getting a ticket. She's like, please, stop, please. I'm literally driving, shaking. Then some man pulls up.
Wait, no, let me tell this part. So on her end of the phone, she can just hear me saying, please,
Screaming
stop,
at this man, begging him.
like, please, like, don't do this, like, please, da, da, da. And she's like, Wunmi. I'm like, no, please, like, please.
Then it starts to scream. So I'm like, what's going on?
Basically, there was a guy, so the ticket inspector was giving me a ticket, right? And then he did his thing, and I'm like, and then a guy comes out of his car, like, was like driving past, he sees the ticket inspector, he comes out of his car, like, and grabs the ticket inspector and starts fighting the ticket inspector. And so I'm in my car and I'm like, stop this. Everyone stop. She's like, please, help. I'm like, Leah, help. Like, what's going on? I'm like, oh my God, like, this man is huge that's fighting this old man ticket inspector.
I'm calling the police. I'm gonna call the police. He's getting beat down.
Like, he's getting beat. And I said, on my way to church. Like, the church is around the corner. I'm not going. I said, it's a sign. Let's all be going home. It's enough. Like, what?
Every single time I go to church, I think about it, you know. I literally,
that day was crazy.
I was in tears.
That
I
day
was
was
like,
crazy.
I can't laugh because I didn't know what's happening. So all I could hear was her screaming. I was thinking she could be really in trouble, and I'm here laughing. We went to church. It wasn't a good day.
Yeah, we went to church and the church service was like, and I said, I knew it. I just said, listen.
Yeah,
this
Wunmi was
what-
like, I'm over this.
I said,
but we went back.
and now it's our home.
It's home.
Like, it is literally home,
Yeah.
and where we have grown
Yeah.
so much. Do you have any other memories of, when I talk about like some of our supernatural encounters or experiences that you feel like really bonded us? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, before we even get into that though, I think one of the reasons, and I didn't explain this earlier, one of the reasons I call Leah my life lady, yo, you literally saved me.
Do you think?
What?
Oh, I know what you're gonna say. When we went to Sushi Samba.
Nando's.
Oh, Nando's.
Nando's.
Yeah. The Nando's.
Nando's day. You
Yeah.
saved
Oh,
my
well.
no, because I actually would not be rocking here. She wouldn't be here. And I'll be very much with the fairies away.
No, but if you had not introduced the book, I would have.
So we just
In and
we
out.
just
yeah.
did our thing.
But that's what I mean. It's seasonal. So like that was your lowest.
Yeah.
And that part with the book was my lowest.
Yeah.
Like we just
gave
yeah.
and so let's give some context for the Nando's.
The
I think that
Nando's.
was really pivotal. That was really, really pivotal in our relationship.
So at that point, I think I don't really know where I was at that time.
You were really good. I think that was when I kept telling you, I was
Was
like,
this the
oh,
time when I went away?
Yeah, so Leah
So
went
it was part of my went away
oh,
time.
Oh my gosh, please tell that story. You went
Okay,
away.
I think it's in the went away time. So then basically after I read the book, I was like in the thicks of depression, like severely depressed. And I remember God had said to me, like, I remember saying like, oh, why can't I hear from God? Like, God doesn't speak to me, like I can't hear from God. And like, I was having like an episode one day, couldn't get out of bed, hadn't showered in days. And God was just like, give me 90 days, like just come off social media, stop watching TV, stop, like just read like, no, not even read the Bible, just read books.
You just needed to be away.
Pray, just be away, like silence everything. And I did. And then I think after like a month, I was like, cool, I can breathe and I'm not like losing my mind. And then Wunmi was going through it too. And I knew she was going silently, but I knew you were going through it. So this is, no, it was after.
You came back, you were already out.
Yeah,
by
so
then.
I had done, I did the 90 days and so at that time I felt like I was high on life, I'd made it, I was done. There was a whole process to do after that.
Beautiful stage, yeah.
But we was out of like the unable to see anything but black.
Yeah.
Because that's what it was like. Darkness. I was able to see some kind of light and I was like, okay, this is nice on this side. A couple months down the line, I got a message from Wunmi and she didn't say too much. It was basically, I invited you, I invited to my sister's birthday and she was just like, babe, like I'm really overwhelmed. I feel bad for cancelling last minute. And I was like, don't worry about it. Like, it's fine. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was your voice.
Yeah, I remember I sent a voice note that day and I was like, I think I went a little bit deep. I was like, Leah, I haven't said much to you recently about what I'm going through, but I'm really, really down. I just da-da-da-da. And you were like, let's go to Nando's next week. That's what we planned it that day.
Yeah, we went to Shoreditch Nando's.
Yeah, it was Shoreditch.
Because I had the pop-up shop.
Yes.
I remember it now, yeah. And then we were just eating and talking and I just said to her like, Lauren, it was like, you need to give up. Like, give up. Like, you're trying to hold on to this thing. I don't know what the thing is.
Please, the way you landed that did not land for me. It was a lot more, because we cannot downplay it. Like, it was not you speaking. It wasn't you speaking.
No. That's why I said, I don't even know what I said. That was so...
We were like mid-conversation. I think we kind of like parted the conversation about like where I was, because I wasn't trying to say too much. Like, I say more now.
No, you was talking about what you're about to do. I remember the conversation was very much about, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this.
And then you just said, you need to surrender, is what you said. He was like, God wants you to surrender. And I said, shut up. Like, what the heck? Like, what the heck are you talking about? And she had this blank look on her face.
Yeah, that wasn't
like,
me.
She was just like, God is telling you to surrender. And I was like, I kind of was still kind of keeping it light, but she just blanked face. And I was like, okay. And especially because where I was, I believed in God and knew God, but the relationship wasn't deep. It wasn't, it just was, here somewhere. And I remember I got back into we left Nando's and I remember saying thank you to you, even though I didn't really know what you meant, but I remember I got into my car and I was like, and that's when I said that prayer. And I was like, God, this lady just told me to surrender. So like, hey, I don't know what I'm surrendering, but take it, like, please help me.
No, you called me on the drive home. You were listening to a worship song.
Yeah.
And then you called me, you were like, I really needed that. Like, I don't really know what's happened or what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But and I was like, and I was like, I don't know either, but
what
it's
a
about,
time.
I remember feeling like, feeling in the car, like, okay, we're about to
go.
It's about to get, we're about to go.
And it got crazy.
Yeah, it got mad.
It got crazy. It got crazy very quickly.
Very fast.
Very, very,
As in
very,
this conversation happened 2 years ago. I feel like in those 2 years, we have lived lives.
We've
lived
like,
lives.
It's been like this. It's been like continuous molding. Because I think when you say that and you're convicted by it and you say that thing, that release of like, I surrender.
Buckle up because it's about to go fast.
I caramba.
Yeah. Money, good money, papa.
Hey, get yourself ready.
Yeah.
Because when I tell you, God said, boom. I said, oh. I said, I said, gosh.
It's literally like that because you be minding your business. Hey. And then, like in your chest.
Hey.
Jesus.
You said, I said, and one of the most important, oh my gosh, no.
But
let's talk about friends seeing you. No. Wait, what were you going to say?
Francine?
No, it's friends seeing you. Because my birthday, when you saw, and I said, when I looked like a mad person to everybody, this is so important. Okay. And I've spoken about this. I've spoken about this once before where I said about my birthday and how you, I basically said that on my birthday, my 26th birthday, God told me very clearly, you need to spend this birthday alone. And I was trying to fight it like a fighter.
Fought to the end.
I fought till the end.
10 p.m.
As in, I already cancelled my birthday plans, right? And then here's me on my birthday, even though God had very clearly told me this birthday must be spent in isolation with yourself, me, turn off your phone. Like, it was very clear. And so I called Leah and I was like, Lee, like, can you come over? You know, just do the happy birthday thing till 12 and then everybody can go after that. And I've called all my friends. I've called like, there's about 5 of them, maybe 6, I can't remember. But everybody like,
And it
pulled up
was
to my house.
nighttime. It was
Yeah,
late.
everybody pulled up. This is like, these girls really love me. I love you guys. Thank you so much. They pulled up last minute. Everybody's there. As soon as everybody arrived and it's approaching 12 o'clock, yeah, they've got cake for me and everything.
Yeah.
They've got...
I think we even started to sing. I don't even
I've got videos. I've got videos. I'm holding the cake, and you can see this blank look on my face. I'm holding the cake, and they're like, "Happy birthday!" And honestly, it felt like the room started spinning. Genuinely, like I had this. I just was blank because I was like, "This should not be happening right now." And I put the cake down after they said "Happy birthday," and I was like,
we never had a
"Guys,"
conversation about
we
this,
weren't
by the
speaking,
way.
but she knew everything I was feeling because I wasn't there. Like
No.
I was not present. Like I was not there. As soon as they sang "Happy birthday," I looked at everybody, and I was like, "Guys, you're gonna think I'm insane, but I need everybody to go home." Literally, I was like, guys, I'm so sorry. Like, everybody needs to leave. I need to be alone right now.
And it was so kind.
I literally was
so,
like, guys.
I know inside you was like, leave. But it was so gentle and so kind. You were like, guys, girls, I'm so glad you... I was thinking, this lady inside is screaming, get out of my house.
I was shaking.
Yeah.
And then Leah's looking at me like, and everybody's kind of confused, like, we're all here to turn up. Like, what are you talking about? Like, hey, birthday cake, we're gonna, you know, we haven't even cut the cake.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about, I need to
You
be
know what
alone.
it is? Yeah, I feel like when I arrived,
Yeah.
I just knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. So I was like, any minute now, she's gonna
be like, it's up the cut.
Do you know why? Because you still, at that point, you still hadn't fully
surrendered.
So you were like in a tug of war.
I was fighting
with your spirit or
Yeah.
everything that was going on inside you.
Mm.
And I think I could just see like the certain points where there was like, you can't even fight God right now. God is
fighting me.
Yeah, God is
flogging my-
taking you.
I
Yeah,
said,
I was like, yeah, when we sing Happy Birthday, that smile on your face, I was like,
I still have I can't watch the video back. It's actually disgusting. I have a blank look on my face.
yeah. I think to be fair, I think I was even trying to be polite because I knew, okay, do you know?
You didn't want to come. Not that you didn't want to come, but you
Yeah,
knew that it wasn't necessary. That
I
you
knew
knew I
it
wasn't
was
supposed
late
to be
at
doing
night.
this. Yeah. It was very much like, girl, I'm all the way in this area. Like, why am I coming
Yeah,
here?
but I
Like-
thought also let's make an effort. It's her
Yeah.
birthday. But to be fair, do you know what did surprise me?
What?
Is what I did think. So imagine we're all like packing up our stuff to go. In my head, I was thinking she can't really be alone right now. But I was like, I also want to respect her. And then you're like, where? And then you're like, where are you going? And I was like, amen. I was like, okay.
And then we held hands.
Yeah, in the
Oh my God,
bedroom.
that was so
But-
sweet.
So wait, the girls are packing their things in the other room. When we was like, come into the bedroom, and we shut the door, and we're just sitting on the floor, like looking at each other, like holding hands. And she's like, "You see me?" And I'm like, "I see you." And she's like, "Oh my gosh!" And she's like shaking. And I was like, "Baby, it's okay. I've got you." Like that was so beautiful. And people in the next room are. One girl's knocking like, "Wunmi, we really gotta go." She's like, "Ah." True story. That's exactly how it went.
And you were like, you're gonna do this, and this weekend is gonna be life changing.
Yeah,
And it was, man.
it was.
That was a shift. From your end, is there any other? Because I think about one other moment that I felt like was really, really, really big for us. It was nothing really happened, but it was the fact that we both woke up at the same time.
In the
And we
night.
were
Yeah.
Like,
But I feel like so I think there was like pre-shift and then after shift.
I think we should talk about the shifts because I think that was really big.
We
for
should.
us, Yeah.
So basically, I was talking about it from my end because I think for you guys, the shift was like, okay, the shift, but for me, it was like a proper miracle from God.
Yeah.
So at that time in my life, I was struggling with intimacy like really badly, not romantically, just like with people in general. And I remember I was going through like a healing process with God, and then one of the things that came up was like, you struggle with intimacy, and I was like, how do you even fix that? Where do you even start to fix that in yourself? And I remember there was one night I was sobbing. I was like, God, okay, I do want to be intimate with people, but I just can't. Like, I can't. I have good people around me, but I just cannot like get there with them. And then I think I said like, okay, God, like I can't do this. You're gonna have to do it. And I think maybe 4 weeks later, me and you were talking about like goals for the rest of the year, and then me and Charlotte was talking about goals for the rest of the year, and I was like, okay, we should just meet up and talk about what we want to do. Like it was more like a practical sense. The first time we met up, I was like, oh, hello, hallelujah. For me, obviously, we was there to talk about stuff that we want to achieve.
Yeah.
But that was for the first time I proper felt like so comfortable. So Sade, the other girl we're talking about, she's my cousin. We've known each other from birth. And Wunmi, I've known you for years, but I'd never really felt like I'd got to like a really intimate place with them. And I feel like just that conversation we had, and then it just became a whole thing. And we called it the shift because we was like, oh, we're gonna shift like productivity wise, and then it turned into this whole spiritual thing. And when I look back on that, I'm like, there was like 4 weeks between me having that moment with God about intimacy and then the shift happening. And I was like, it was an answered prayer.
Yeah.
Crazy moment.
Because the shift was very big for us. The stuff that we would wake up. I mean, do you remember the period where we would do like morning prayers together, and we'll be on the phone, worship, we'll be playing in the background, and we're all just like praying. Or even if, do you remember? I think did we do this once? Like even when someone's going through something, and the feeling of like, okay, buckle down, maybe fast and do a little something together.
We
Like,
fasted together.
and I think those are, you know, some of the key. What was it? What did I call it? Key things?
Tools?
Practices. That's what I was saying. Yeah, like practices that really, I feel like really solidify the intimacy. Because praying with someone is not a joke. Like
No.
praying with someone is a whole different level of intimacy that really. And I'm not saying, you know, be outside like praying with every Jack and Harry that you meet. But I think when you do have, you know, a relationship that you want to nurture, you want to get to the next level. I really do feel like when you bring God in the middle of it, praying together and you're worshiping together and you're you know going to church together and you're building that foundation. Because for us anyway, God is the foundation of everything.
But
that
you know
we
what
do.
I think it is? A step before, all right, cool. I completely believe in like praying with your friends and being intimate that way. But I think there needs to be a level of honesty first. Because if you've got someone who's not completely being honest and then you're praying with them and stuff and you don't really know where you're really trying to hit with the spirit, it will be affected because prayer is never going to hit the ceiling. It's going to go to God. But it's like, you really need to open yourself up to that person, which is why when we're saying you can't just be praying with anybody about your intimate stuff. And I think for us, I needed that intimacy first before we got to that spiritual place first, for sure.
And I think that's what allowed us to have moments where we could actually pray together. And we did it for so long.
And because you knew exactly what
was needed.
I needed.
Yeah. And you know what? That whole thing about honesty and being like open is so true because it allowed all of us to really be there for each other when we really needed it most.
Yeah.
Like down to when you were going through when you were going through that situation and even the way that ignited like our faith, seeing the way God was speaking to you, seeing how things were moving.
Oh God.
Or even me, or even me going to America and you guys coming to my house to pray for me for that trip. And it's like, and I don't think, like you said, I don't feel like those type of things will happen if you guys didn't know the truth of or I didn't know the truth of what was going on in your situation to know where to pull into, to know where to feed into, and even more so like even moving spirituality outside of it. It's like being able to know physically, like how can I help you? You know, what do you like? Remember, we'll have meetings and we'll be talking about so what do you need? What is the vision? What is the and let's make a plan.
What's the objective? How do we get there?
How do we get there?
Are we staying on track?
And
how is that going? Like when you call someone, how is that going? How is that specific thing going? It's not like, oh, how are you? I'm fine, thanks. It's like, okay, how is the situation between you and you? What's going on there? Like, I think being very honest. And I think that, to be fair, I think that's probably the struggle in people's friendships is that people are not honest with themselves. So they can't be honest with other people. So then you can't actually have that genuine intimacy. So it's always going to be like a level of a barrier between, there will be.
For you, as we are entering this new chapter of our lives, because I think we are kind of at a different point now, and I think if you remember at the start of this year when I called you and I was like, and I'd gone to Nigeria for ages and you know doing my thing, and then we had that catch up
when we went to a coffee shop.
Even before then, it was a phone call that we had, and I was like, oh, thank God we're on the same level, like in terms of like what we're seeking. Do you remember? And I think that for me was like a quite a big moment because I was like, oh, we are definitely about to walk into like new realms of our spiritual life. Like everything trickles down, right? Your spiritual life is A1, the rest of your life will align accordingly. Like that's just how life works for us anyway. And I think at that, I feel like we're about to walk into like new level of our adulthood now. Like I really, like
You had that dream, remember? When we had a dream, I don't remember the details, but I remember it basically was to do with us being
at a party.
Yes, and I was on a balcony. Something to do with that. We were just in different spaces, thriving, doing what we need to do, getting on with things. I think we've both been in a season of like intense spiritual growth. And I think we've definitely come into a season of like physical manifestation of
the spiritual growth.
Take what we've got in the spiritual and put it into earth. We're both definitely doing that right now. And I think that's, we're both doing different things. So it takes us on different paths physically, but obviously we're still spiritually and like emotionally connected. And we had a conversation in Costa and we was just like, we are gonna separate. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna be in different countries. We're gonna be living different lives. Like we're
That
gonna
was
be.
really emotional.
And then, but then, do you know what was nice? We then
Yeah.
started to just vision our lives together, but
Yeah.
separate.
Yeah.
But it was still very much like, we will come to London and I'll
Mm-hmm.
come to this place and you'll come to this place and we'll do this and we'll do that. And it was still very much like, you are gonna be in my life.
Like, this ain't.
We're not going anywhere, but things are about to change. And I like that we both acknowledge that, so that there's no weirdness if
When
like,
it starts to happen.
yeah.
Which it kind of has started to happen.
It started
to happen.
small.
Yeah.
Small, but I love it though, because I'm like, it just,
Not too much.
not too much.
Not too
No, but we
much.
said the
Acceptance of
objectives
it.
that we set this week.
Oh, yeah.
We said twice a
haven't
month.
actually. Oh, the meeting. Okay.
Yeah.
I was actually talking about the June thing that you said about like goals for the rest of the year. We haven't
Oh
actually
yeah,
done
we
that.
should do
really
that. We should.
really should
But
do
we're
that.
going to a wedding.
Yeah. I think just touching on like the. Wait, what?
He was like, oh, goals. I was like, we're going to a wedding.
I mean, goals, no trust. What?
Yeah, no,
I didn't even. I think that's probably
should,
why I even just.
we should set goals and go to the wedding.
Amen. We should do both. But going to the. What was I even? You made me lose my train of thought. What was I gonna say just then? That's it. Practical. Lagos. Okay. Practically. Thinking practically about ways that people can nurture, wholly healthy relationships. Just because I think I get so sad whenever I see these conversations online about, when you're an adult, there's a word they call it, you need friendships that are low. So basically like, that's it. There's always this thing like low maintenance friendship are the only ones that survive in adulthood, low maintenance friends, And I love the beauty in our relation that even though we're able to acknowledge that like we are definitely in a season of change where like our relationship in terms of how we see each other and exist like physically is going to change. We know that we're still aligned spiritually and emotionally, and that is able to like hold us and not allow us to view our relationship as anything differently. So just thinking practically to people who have it, because I think it's wrong that you feel like you should have, or that low maintenance friendships are the only thing that are going to thrive in adulthood. I actually feel that's lazy love, and for me, I'm like, I don't want to be lazy if I've chosen that this is my girl, or this is my best friend, or this is my brother, or this is whoever I've chosen as like my person, my people in this life. I don't want to give them lazy love because I'm like, oh yeah, we're in adulthood. I think that's just lazy. So I want to get as we just kind of round up the conversation, because I think we've gone to so many different places. We've been to freaking Peckham and back. But if we're thinking about cultivating relationship that isn't lazy love, but still allows you to thrive in your adulthood.
I know what it is.
Go on. What is it?
I'm thinking from my own experience.
Yeah.
I think that in order to be the best person for a friend, you need to be the best person for yourself.
Hello.
So you need to be alone.
Yeah.
I think the best thing you can do to have a successful friendship, relationship, anything, is to be alone first. Like be very desperately alone. Like no TV, no nothing. And because I did it, and facing yourself and facing your own stuff will make you see everyone and everything differently. Your perspective is so much different. Because I think people get into friendships and then they don't realize that they are, what's the word? Projecting. And a lot of friendship issues come from your own stuff that's going on inside you, but you're looking at that person. And I do believe that people mirror what's going on inside you. So you'll see behaviors from yourself that you don't like in another person, and then offenses cause, and then there's issues, and then there's weird stuff, and then there's jealousy and things like that. And it's like, that could all have been sorted if you'd have just sorted out yourself. Yeah. And I don't mean that in like, you got to cut everybody off, but it's maybe like, take some time for yourself, be good on your own, because also on the flip side, you can also get like very attached to people. And I think I did that a lot in school, where I'd have a friend and they were my everything, and we did everything together. And I had a friend who was like my best friend through school, and it literally felt like my heart ripped on my chest when we weren't friends anymore. And I was like, that level of dependency, because I'd never been on my own. And I think in regards to what you were saying about lazy love, it's actually harder to work on yourself than to work on a friendship. Because if you've done the work on yourself, the friendship is easy. Because nothing phases you, because you know who you are, you've got what you need for yourself. The friendship is an addition, is a strength to strength. So I think,
And I think also it makes it a lot easier to take accountability for things, because going back to that thing of like knowing yourself, if you're doing something to a friend, or a friend is doing something to you, the fact that you're able to say, no, this ain't the truth, like I know me, instead of like, because I think even going back to like some of your, or even my relationships, right? growing up and one person says one thing to you and you take that as truth about yourself and you're like, oh, maybe that. But when you have that relationship with yourself and you know yourself, or if your source is God, as my source is God, I know,
Doesn't matter.
it just doesn't matter. And I think that's a beautiful point for us to kind of like round off this conversation on. I'm proud of us. And I think it's also just one other thing. I think it's really, really beautiful that we're grown enough to accept that our relationship is definitely evolving.
I think this is the first and only relationship that we've like acknowledged it.
Yeah.
I think everyone else is kind of like feeling the difference, but it's like we're just gonna ride the
We're just
adulthood
going to
wave.
do what we've got to do. But I think the acknowledgement of it is what's going to make it work,
Exactly.
and us actually know what we need to do in order for us to like protect this thing that we're building, because it's ever evolving. And I'm proud of us, and I'm so grateful to know you,
So, oh my
to
gosh.
experience you,
Life lady.
like my life, like that's my girl.
Like,
I love you so much.
oh, stop. Why
Like,
are we so far
so
away?
I've got a little surprise for you.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so before we end the conversation, obviously, we have the Bello box that we do. Just for context, right? Leah went through a season of
Sure.
we went to her house. We went to her house the other day. I said to her, what did I call it? Going through it season. What did I call it? I gave it a name.
What? I don't know.
When
I'm
you-
scared.
that time,
I don't know.
Literally like a couple of weeks ago when I came over, I stepped over. End of bad hard times.
End of hard times.
So
End of hard times party. Yeah.
So we had like we had a sleepover the other night because we were celebrating Leah's end of hard times because she had been going through hard times for years.
Years. You think a season is a couple weeks?
She was, yeah. And so she's come out on the other side of it now, and I'm just so proud of you, and like just going through it and doing what you needed to do and coming out on the other side of it. Like, you really have come out on the other side of it. So to celebrate that, I've got something for you.
Thank you.
I'm ready. Celebration of hard times! To freedom! That's not the only thing. Now,
Who is
because
behind that door?
wait, what the fuck? You gotta calm down.
I'm scared.
Calm down. Okay, so to celebrate the end of hard times even further, one thing Lee's been doing is, she's become an active babe. Like, my girl is juicing out here in the streets. Yeah. She's really juicing. So I know that juicing has become something that's been like a really important aspect of your life and something that it's really helping her. I thought it'll be good for me to also understand some of the layers of it, and what better way to understand it other than bringing someone who is an expert juicer in to juice with us and teach us some things.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah. All right, step back a little bit for me, babes. A little bit more. Turn to the right for me, darling. A bit more to the right for me. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna need you to open your... No, don't open yet. 1, 2, 3. Open.
I'm scared. Should I open?
Yes, open.
Okay, wait.
1, 2, 3.
Was she behind it the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, I can hear you breathing. I was there. No, guys, we need honey though. Because this is gonna taste intense.
Yeah, we need to
Yeah,
taste
I'm
intense.
excited. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Yeah. So for context, Leah has become a massive juicer lady bae.
Yeah.
Right, and she speaks about how much it's helped her, and so I reached out to this gorgeous woman over here.
Hello.
To teach us some things about juicing. So I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, introduce your work, and introduce what you do.
Hello, I'm SAP Lucy and I post fitness content online. I post home workouts, but I also post nutrition content and I also post juicing content. Today, we are going to be doing 2 things. First of all, we have mystery shots right here. These are juices. We're going to have 2 of them. You're going to try either or and then you're going to tell me what you think is in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're going to make a green juice. We can kind of freestyle with it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start off with the shots.
Okay,
right?
yeah. Should we start off with them?
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
feel like we should start off with these first.
Okay, and we need to guess the shot.
Yeah.
We need to
With
guess
the
what's
pretty
inside
sauce.
them.
Guess.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think you're probably
You guys
gonna.
think, I know what's in there.
Okay, cool.
Just a disclaimer. These
What?
are pretty strong in a way.
It's gonna be in the
Okay.
toilet.
No, not toilet.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay. So what is this? What do these do?
Okay, so these are.
Oh, let's try it first. Okay. Okay.
Ginger for sure.
Let's bring ingredients.
Shush.
Let's
3 ingredients.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh,
There's just
Not even a single bit of sweetness.
there is.
Really?
There's supposed to be.
Is there honey in there?
No.
No, there isn't.
Do you know
is
what it is?
there?
I don't think you're gonna guess the second one because when I tasted it, I was like, I cannot taste that.
You went
Is
back
it
again?
this thing?
No. Do you know what? It's not
Okay,
here.
ginger for sure. And
Okay. Wait.
ginger again.
Ginger for sure.
Ginger times 2 and 3.
Do you know what's funny? I take this every morning because I think this is amazing for you.
Lemon.
Yes. There's one more. Clue?
You went back. You finished it.
Bro. You know what
Clue,
that tastes
clue.
like?
Clue?
Cucumber?
No. It's,
Pineapple?
no, it's
No.
actually green. Is it green?
Apple?
It's green and brownish.
Pear?
Yes.
Yeah, a pear.
She
Okay,
got
my
it.
bad, sorry.
Lagos lady.
I'm from Lagos, I'm sorry. Pear,
Oh, yeah,
pear.
for the second one?
Okay.
I feel like the second one will be so much easier.
Yeah.
Let's check that for you.
Is it nicer?
Yeah, this was nicer.
This one
It looks-
tasted like it had atarodo in it.
What's that?
It's like a.
Do you know what it is?
what's
It really
that?
does.
Yeah,
It's like
it's pepper. But what? There's an English word for pepper, right?
Scotch bonnet.
Scotch bonnet.
Oh.
You can take all of it.
Ah.
Watermelon.
Yeah, for sure.
Watermelon.
This is a lot
few
more
more.
gentle.
Either lemon or lime.
Lime.
Something citrus.
And then one more, but I feel like
Oh, I
the
don't know.
watermelon washed down
Oh my
everything.
gosh, this is so nice. I can take this one every morning.
She's a citrus babe.
I love citrus. Mm-mm.
One more. There's one more. It's a sweet fruit.
Strawberries?
Yeah. yeah.
It's because I like it so much.
Do you know what? That's so nice. I love that one.
Can I have one more?
Oh, for sure.
Thank you
Taste.
so
It's very
much.
nice.
No, it's lovely.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
You
is
love
so
it?
fun, yeah.
Okay.
Tell us more about your juicing then. What's going on with that? What do you usually take every day?
So every day I'll have like no. So when I started, I was doing 2 bottles a day, no food.
Oh wow.
And I felt like a 10-year-old child. I would had
She was talking about she has so much energy.
energy, my moods. I didn't have no period pain, nothing. Like it was incredible. I had basically had every green vegetable there was.
Okay.
Like spinach, kale, celery, everything. Ginger, apples, kiwis, anything you can think of pretty much I put in there.
Yeah.
And then a lot of honey because I don't like the taste.
You don't like the taste?
Hate it.
Of honey. You don't know the taste of honey?
No, I don't like the taste of juice.
Oh.
Yeah,
I didn't know
hate
that.
it. Yeah, hate it.
So what do you put honey in it to make it sweeter?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because it's like a natural sugar, right? So it's not bad for me.
But what is it that you don't like about the actual juice?
It tastes like the ground.
Oh, it's too fresh, really?
Yeah, it tastes
I
like
feel like
dirt.
when you wash them properly using some cider, it takes away that taste.
She said you don't wash
Maybe.
them properly.
I'm not really.
To be fair, I just
Dirty.
shake a bit of water. Maybe.
some cider. But also, do you put pineapples and something
Yes.
sweet?
So this time around, when I did like my last batch, I put in there, was it watermelon and mangoes. Changed the game.
Cool. But when you juice mangoes, don't you find out that not that much juice comes out, or you're making it into a smoothie?
No juicing. So
Okay, cool.
I just buy a lot.
Okay, so do you want to make a green juice today?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
I
Let's
do.
do it.
Okay,
Let's do this. What do we need to do?
Okay, so we need
Cute.
someone peeling.
So cute. Thank
And we
you.
need somebody cutting. Who's cutting and who's peeling?
I'm a cut.
Peel, what more am I peeling?
So maybe these ones.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
And then,
So what do I need to
you
cut?
peel your ginger? I don't peel my
No, I just break
You
it
just
up.
Literally.
No wonder
I
it
just-
tasted like poison.
Ginger is so good.
So
It is, but
good.
wow.
good.
that
Like,
was-
when I
I just wanna
put
cut
cold,
the
ginger.
ends.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want me to chop what?
So cutting the pineapple,
Okay.
and then you can kind of I've got a
Peel
Okay.
knife
these.
for you.
Okay,
my
cool.
God.
Do I not need to cut the ends?
Yeah, for sure. And
Okay.
then give us some.
So okay. Oh, this is so fun.
It's so fun. Have you done juicing before?
So I do smoothies. Remember I said I've recently
okay,
been doing
yeah,
smoothies,
yeah, yeah.
but she was telling me that it's not as. Oh, you were saying that if you use for smoothies, for girls who make smoothies,
Yeah.
if you still want the nutritional
Okay,
values.
So she was asking if you don't have a juicer at home,
Yeah.
what could you possibly use? You could literally just blend up all your fruits, and
Is
then
it-
you add a little bit more water, and then you can use like a cheesecloth to squeeze out the
Oh.
juice. But personally, smoothies are just as good as a juice.
I love smoothies.
Yeah.
I hate
It's because I don't have a
smoothies.
juicer, so I have to love smoothies.
But you know what? Smoothies are so thick sometimes.
I don't
love
like
that.
texture.
Oh.
I'm really fussy. I hate texture.
Wow.
But then again, it's good for the fiber. And all
Yeah.
that
So,
stuff.
so smoothies also have their own benefits.
Yeah, so it's a different type of benefit, I would say. So
Yeah.
the smoothies, I would say, is more slow releasing because of
Okay.
the fiber. You know, it takes your body time to digest and stuff. But like with a juice, it's like it's going straight into your body.
That's why I
How
felt
am
so
cutting
good
this?
straight
Am I just
away.
like doing my thing like this?
Yeah, just got into big chance.
Oh my god, I love pineapples.
She loves.
Okay, can I do this, please?
Oh yeah, of course you can. Okay.
Oh, Leah, sorry, I think you should do this, babe.
Oh, go. My hands are sticky anyway. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, and I just squeeze it.
Press down, yeah, when I press it.
Okay, cool.
Ooh,
I don't want to break this table.
ooh.
Hey.
Press down.
Her face. Her face. Now you've got fresh
Wow.
pineapple juice.
You see the reason why I can't juice?
Why?
Every morning to wake up and
Yeah.
clean
Oh,
this.
but that's why I basically do like a big batch of juice that will last me 2 weeks.
Yeah. See,
And I put
you
it
freeze
in,
them?
put it straight in the freezer because I'm not doing that every day. I have been like the juice ambassador recently. I'm
No,
literally
you
like,
have.
drink juice.
Every time I
drink
come on your
juice,
story, she's like, I'm like,
juice. Please,
like,
please,
girl.
it is changing. It's changed my life.
no, you said.
I was like, people are just
What's the main thing that has changed for you then?
energy,
Energy.
having energy. Oh my gosh.
And that used to be something you complained about a lot.
Because I just
not
was
having
so
energy.
tired all the time.
Yeesh, that is a planty pineapple.
Like, you know when you...
Skin benefits.
No. People have said it, but I haven't noticed it myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't really have problem skin
Yeah, you've got
before.
nice skin.
But energy, man. You know when you wake up in the morning, yeah, and it's like, oh my gosh, like my eyes are burning. I've got to start the day. I don't have that feeling anymore. I
Jump out of bed.
No, like I wake up and I'm like, I'm awake. Let's go.
But when you're like having like a cold, have you noticed that your cold?
I don't get them anymore.
Yeah.
No.
That was me as well. Like sore throats. Like,
I don't get sick.
Non-existent. What about you? I get every week.
Sorry?
Wunmi don't get sick.
You don't get sick.
No, I don't get ill.
I can't cut this. Sorry, I'm scared.
I literally don't get sick. It's quite scary. If I say I'm
She's a
ill,
Lagos lady.
if
Her
I say
immune
I'm ill,
system.
no, it's a serious problem. Yeah, I'm
What
down
about
bad.
colds? You don't get colds.
Not really.
You
I
get
do,
colds
but
with
it's not that deep.
Fruits in general.
No, I just think like, I don't know. I feel like
Some people just have good immune
I just
system.
feel like I've got great.
I
immune
think where you
system.
were
Also,
born.
where I was born.
Yeah,
like, I've been through it,
your
man.
immune
In that
system
land.
would-
No, Nigeria, but in a sense
okay,
that,
cool.
in a sense that, I remember coming when I first moved to London. You know, when you're younger and you do all those what are they called?
Jabs.
Jabs,
Do
etc.
you guys
And
like a lot of lemon? Sorry.
I love
Yeah,
lemon,
go
so yes,
for it.
please. I was immune to every single jab. Like, I have scars for every single jab that we got. You know, they test you to see what you need and what you don't need. I didn't need any of it. And so the doctors that came to the school were like, what's wrong with this girl? Like, why don't you need anything? I'm like, boy, maybe maybe because I've been fighting in that land. It's all right.
I think that
I love it
the
though.
British like food, weather, our immune systems are not as good as other places in the country.
Yeah.
So if you were born,
You
and-
guys get sick quick.
yeah, I used to.
Leah!
I used to be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That used to be me.
Girl,
yeah.
rest.
I used to be like cold, sick.
Any change of weather, sick.
Yeah, sick. We can cut
I think
this
that's
off.
fine.
Do you think one more? Let's have it.
Wow. This is honestly so amazing.
It's a good juice though.
It's really, really, really amazing. It smells amazing as well. That'll make me go to the gym in the morning.
like
Oh, you don't like the
brown.
smell? I like the smell.
Wait, let me put the lemon in for you so you can get the full taste.
Oh yes.
Oh.
I love lemon. I think probably need more lemon. I'm just gonna mix that together.
Lemon to you.
Yeah, I love lemon.
Do you leave that stuff on the top in it?
Do you know what?
I take
wait
mine
for
off.
a little bit. Yeah, I wait for a little bit. But when I'm tasting,
Ooh.
oh, what is it?
Ah.
Do you
so
like
nice.
that?
You like it?
Yeah. So nice.
What you
What?
like to us? Let's taste this.
But
I'm dead
I
ass.
wasn't even seeing what you guys were
I
putting.
go on.
She likes weird things, so she might like it.
It's really
Sorry.
nice. It's more what I would drink.
Okay, I probably won't like it,
Mm-mm.
but I will drink it because I know it's what it's gonna do for me.
It tastes great.
It's not bad actually. It's quite
It's
nice.
really nice.
I'm not even capping.
It's our lovely juice.
Yeah.
It is actually quite lovely.
It's really, really nice.
Enough?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hello,
thank
health.
you.
Oh, health. Guys. It's so nice that we're we're looking after our body. We're grown up.
Screaming. health.
Like, no, but think about it. When I was
health.
like early 20s, was I ever gonna be juicing?
Bro.
No. Like,
All right, well, to wellness, to healthness, and everything in between, thank you so much.
thank you.
Mm.
I'm enjoying.
Yeah.
Big ice in there. Ooh.
I'm enjoying.
Wow.
This is actually nice.
Yeah.
This is really, really nice.
Cheers.
Yeah. Clink, clink.
Yeah.
Clink.
The rest of the team are looking at us like literally ready to fight us.
It's time to share.
We're gonna share some drinks
Time
with
to share
them.
the health.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming and making this for us and teaching us why this is so important for us to you know, take in. And Leah, thank you so much for being my amazing guest today and just having such a beautiful conversation. And thank you, everyone at home, wherever you are, for watching and tuning into today's episode. And we can't wait to see you on the next episode of The Wunmi Bello Show. Good night. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Fine. Great episode. And come on, have some more. I see your mouth. I see your lips. I said, that was nice.
I didn't know they were making it sound like
Oh gosh, it's like no, they're hungry for health. For health. Hungry for health. So you're nourishing these hardworking people. Nourishing their bodies.
Suck me up. Suck me up with the health.
Yes. To health.